Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm sitting here fooling around with a little bit of DCS and was thinking about, let's go in here and just really crank everything to the max and see what we end up with. Just for the hell of it. I think some of this stuff is unnecessary and it's just going to crush you no matter what. So some of it's really not worth even using. But I'm doing it for the hell of it. Because somebody said, you should turn everything up and try that. And I'm like, alrighty then. I'll leave that on default though. Gamma, smoke chimney density. Okay guys, everything is cranked up to the max, I'm pretty sure. Let's do every frame. High, high, and there's nothing higher than high. And let's see what we end up with. Okay. So I'm really getting excited because it's getting time for the F-16 here soon. And I did pre-order it about a week ago. And Wags just posted another video the other day that I thought was kind of neat on how to land it and whatnot. So we shall see. It is technically the end of summer already. That's what that last holiday signified. So I'm hoping the F-16 is around the corner. Very well should be. I know that. Let's go Persian Gulf free flight and see what we yield now. Now that I've literally cranked everything to the max. I know it's going to take a hit. I don't think anything can run everything completely to the max very efficiently in this game. I don't think I'm running completely full screen like I need to be either. That's one thing I've noticed lately. I end up with the taskbar still stuck at the bottom of my screen, so I don't know how that's affecting me, but I'd imagine it is. Come on, load it up. Let's see what we get. And I have this on an SSD too. It still takes a bit to load it. Hey, my track IR lights are on, so looks like I'm not going to get screwed by that, which is always good. Holy smokes! 20 FPS, really? That can't be right. Something ain't right here. Chug a lug. Holy shit. That can't be right, man. Looks really nice, but that can't be right. See, some things I don't think are worth it. And this stuff looks really nice, but I'm running on a 2080 Super at 3840 by 1080, and you've seen what my settings were before, and I do really well at those settings. This is a slideshow, and it's absolutely fucking terrible. I mean, look at that. 19, 18, 20. That's terrible. This is why you don't turn everything up to the max in this game, because it's completely unnecessary. Let's jump back. Let's go over here. Now, I'm going to turn heat blur off. I'm going to turn shadows off. I'm going to turn the MSAA off for sure. That's just not even necessary. Depth of field, I don't even know what that is. I'll leave it on simple. Lens effects, I always leave it on flare. Motion blur on. SSAA 1.5. Preload radius, I brought that back to about 100,000, I believe. Tree visibility, you don't need all those goddamn trees. 80%. Clutter and grass, about 1,000 is what I think I had it at. Now notice these changes that I'm making. They're not game-breaking changes here. Let's go back in. Now that I've loaded it once, it should load pretty quick. And let's see what we end up with now. Look at that, 68. It's an absolutely insane difference, is it not? Now, and look at the video. It doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look that worse. I've still got tons of stuff turned up. Now, granted, when I get closer to the ground and I get over into the city over here, it's going to take a little bit of a nosedive again, but that's still awesome FPS. So what, 59 right now? I was between 59 and 70. I'm going back towards the ground. I'm going to look over to the edge. And again, that's a lot of details cranked up. Now, I could tweak this even further. And most people would watch the video and not really know that I changed anything, and I could probably tweak this and get it up around 100 FPS. Which goes to show there's definitely some optimization that needs to be done in this. And you could do a lot of it yourself just by turning some things down and off. Because I'd imagine if I'm running on a 2080 Super, the guy on a 2080 Ti is going to be having the same issues. Because I think a 2080 Ti is only... is it 15% faster than a 2080 Super? That's not a lot. So, let's jump back. Alright. Visibility range, extreme, water high. If we go water medium, and we take visibility range and bring it down to high, we're going to leave everything else alone, I believe. Depth of field. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to turn that off too. Now let's see what we end up with. Oh, of course, the game crashed or had to restart. That's right. Those are changes that have to be made that affects things. All right, Persian Gulf, free flight. Let's go. Let's see what we have now. 74, 75. See? A little bit better again. And do you notice a difference in the visuals? At a glance, I really don't. 85, 89. There's just a lot of stuff in this game that, like, you know, you don't have to have cranked up to get good performance. That looks good. Looks really good. Let's do this one more time. Close. Let's go back. Now, what else can I tweak? Heat blur off, shadows off, resolution, MSAA off, depth of field, flare. Let's turn the lens effect off. Turn motion blur off. Cockpit global illumination, I have no idea what that does, so I'm just turning it off. Chimney smoke density. Now this is usually turned down pretty good. Let's make those changes. Let's go back in here and let's see what we get. '87, '82. Do you see? See the difference? Visually, I'm not seeing a difference. And I feel the fluidity. Look at that, jumped up to 100 FPS, 102. And to me, this feels way more fluid. And it still looks freaking great. So, I guess the point is having everything turned up to the max in this makes very little difference in the overall visual quality of everything. I mean, this definitely feels better and looks freaking great still. So I'm going to leave it at that. I just wanted to jump in here and talk about the visual settings because somebody posted, hey man, you should turn everything up and then talk to us about it. Well, here you go. And tell me that you see a difference. Tell me that you could tell that things were really turned down or turned up at the beginning here. The only difference I see is a nosedive in frame rate. There might be slightly more sharper imagery in some places, but that's it, man. And is it worth that? I would rather have a more fluid experience and have fun and deal with a slight hit in sharpness, I guess. But to me, this looks freaking great, plays great, and is way more fluid than what it was. And again, the F16 add-on's right around the corner. I paid for mine. How about you guys? Are you guys getting fired up for this? Because I think it's going to be pretty cool. Falcon 4.0, you know, God, and BMS, those were great one time, a long time ago, but I've tried BMS in the past month or so, and it just does nothing for me, man. It really doesn't. It's like 20-year-old graphics engine with a couple tweaks to it. Just does nothing for me. But man, an F16 in DCS, are you kidding me? That's going to be cool. And of course, it's going to be the flavor of the month. But that's awesome. More planes, more fun, more awesomeness. I am all for that. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Please subscribe to the channel. As always, looking for those comments and suggestions. And until next time.